Hello, Wadi. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning, Wadi.
Good
Isn't it
morning.
too early for you?
It's okay. I have to today I might have to leave exactly at 6:30 for me because I have a test I need to study for.
Okay, no problem. No worries. Okay. Um, how is your exercise so far? The homework?
Um, it's okay. It was just the um index of and the substring thing.
So it was easy?
It was okay, yeah.
Okay. So, do you still have the code that we did on the last class where we
Uh,
stopped?
yes.
Can you
And I asked my teacher and he fixed
really?
it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
that's interesting.
I just changed this int to string.
Okay, that's good. And
And then he said that I needed to return not same. So um it would be like not same, not same, same. So similar to like a Boolean.
okay, wait. So I because I didn't see your screen yet, so it take a few minutes or a few seconds here. So okay, which means that did you use an else, if else, or no?
No.
Hmm. So how can you return the city that come first?
Um it's just if city one dot equals city two and
Uh-huh.
then it says return same. And then I'm not really sure why he said this, but on the next line it's return not same.
Yes, but the requirement here, it requires you to return the city that come first. So
Oh,
if okay, in this case, if you look okay here, he's not wrong in his assumption because he the exercise maybe he didn't see what the exercise requires here. So that is 100% okay if he doesn't see the requirement of the exercise. The requirements say that we should send back which city come first. So if definitely London come before Paris if we arrange the two alphabetically. Okay. So how can you return London when you are given here London and Paris? So we need actually to make use of this part here to decide. So based on the comparison, I will know which of those two cities come first. You know how?
by doing the with like the ASCII table, it minuses it.
So, okay, first we say if, right? If they are not the same, so I would have to remove this return and then write else if, and then I will
Oh,
check again this for a result. Okay, okay, good. So when I say else if, first of all, we have to comment this return.
this return.
Yes, commented by two slashes. Okay, perfect. No, two slashes only. Okay, fine. Yes. So if the city one compared to city two, give you a positive result, you have to return something. And if it give you a negative result, you have to return something else. You still remember last time you told me that first in the first comparison, it give you when London come first in London to Paris, it give you a negative number. And when you compare Tokyo to Cairo, it give you a positive number. Do you still remember that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then for Berlin, it gives 0.
Okay. So if I compare, yes, exactly. So if I do this comparison, I expect that the number here should be positive, okay? Or even if it is negative, so if this return positive, I will do something. If it doesn't, I will return something different. So let us try here after this line, write a return, and then choose one of those right here, city 1 or even city 2. And then we check the result, and based on that, we adjust our code. Can we do that?
Return.
Okay, let me remove this so that, okay. Can you run now and see if there is no any errors? He is expecting on line 19. So when I checked here, if is it when I write here, yes, okay. Actually, the point that he's requesting from you here is I am checking. This is a condition. This condition, it compares something and it return you either 0 or positive or negative. But I did not do any kind of check here. This returns true or false. This return to you either 0 or positive or negative. Normally, the condition that we write here should always return I should compare it to something so that it returns either true or false. So if I say city 1 compared to city 2, I should write here, is it bigger than 0? Is it the result here bigger than 0? If this is true, I will do something. So can you,
Return 0.
so you have to add here bigger than 0. Okay, now try to run and see. I'm just wondering, a legal expression. Oh, it is possible we have some issue here. Let me check here. Actually, you need to. Can you get this brackets? Put it here. This bracket. You see my bracket?
Oh, this one here?
Yes, yes. Okay, now run. Missing return statement. Okay, so he is complaining that if this is not true, we don't have any other return statement. So if this is bigger than 0, I will return something, and then you come press enter here. This, come here on line 20, press enter. Okay, write else. So if this is true, I will return city 1. Else, press enter on else here. Here,
Here?
press enter. No, after the else, write return city 2. City 2. Okay, now try to run and see if it works. Okay, so do you see that this is correct? So, okay, if you compare London and Paris, which one come first, London or Paris? Alphabetically, if you would like to arrange London and Paris alphabetically, which one should come first, London or Paris? L come first or P come first?
L comes first.
Okay, so if you test that this comparison give you bigger than 0, it means that you are switching or reversing the correct order. So I would say in this case, to return London instead of Paris here, I would switch. So I will change this to 2 instead of 1, and this 1 here like this.
Change the city to.
Yes. So if I do that, it means that when I have a comparison, I will always return the city that come first. So if you notice here, if I compare London and Paris, London will come first. If I compare um, Tokyo to Cairo, Cairo will come first because C come before the T, right? And
Yeah.
and if I compare Berlin to Berlin, it will give me the same. So if I'm checking first. If it is not the same, I will check. If one of them come before the second, I will return the one that come first. Here in this case, London and Cairo. So far, is it okay? Is it easy? We will study about more about the if else later on a little slides. Okay.
Uh,
So is it understandable by 50, 60% around that or less?
it's around like 60 or 70%.
Okay. Let me share with you the new slides.
Yeah.
You start seeing my screen.
Yes.
Okay. So the last thing that we would like to learn in this chapter that we are trying to discuss here is that if we are comparing two objects, if we use, we have learned it before, actually, that we are able to use two equals like this to check something when we are dealing with strings. And we also check that we are able to use the dot equals method, right? But what about if we are dealing with normal objects like this? So this is an object that's called point. So it's a class, and we are creating object A and object B out of it. And this is the constructor. We are calling the constructor. We are passing two inputs to the constructor. I am creating two different objects, A and B. They contain the same inputs that I'm passing to the class, 3 and 5, and also 3 and 5. But they are two different objects. If I try to check here that if these two objects are actually equal, okay, I will get what, in your opinion? This equal normally check what? Check the content or check the address?
Right. So the equals, it's like for the primitive data to check the address, but it wouldn't work on string because it doesn't check the content but only the address.
Excellent. Okay, that's very clear. What about here? So when I create an object C of the class point that contain 10 and -2, and then I would create another object that's called D, and I will store inside it not a new point, not a new content, rather than I make it point to C. So is that something clear to you what we are trying to achieve here?
Yeah. You're trying to see if they both have the same address.
But when I'm doing this operation, line 13, what does it mean? I'm not, so when we would like to check the equality or if they have the same address, I'm using two equals. But here I'm using only one equal. Do you understand what's the difference?
D is being like reinitialized or like being initialized to C.
Okay, so I wouldn't say reinitialize, it will be only initialize. I would say reinitialize if I put something in it. So if I say point D, this means that I'm giving a value here. This means that this is initialized for the first time. If I come later and say D equal, and then I put something new, different here, it means that this is re-initialized because you initialize it here and re-initialize it here. You make it contain a value here, you make it contain a different value here on this line. So I'm initializing it here, I'm re-initializing it here. So if I say integer x, for example, equal 10, and then I say x equal 11, this is initializing, this is re-initializing. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you see the data type here for the first time, it means that you are still initializing it for the first time. When you don't see the data type and you see also an equal sign, you are re-initializing it. I created an object C, and then I said, instead of creating new data for object D, I make it to point to the same data that belong to the object C. So if I do a comparison here between C and D, actually, it will give me the same. Same of what? It will tell me that the address that D looks at is the same like the address that C looks at. Why? Because when I created D, I pass it C. So at the moment, both of them actually look at the same content. So if you look here, this is A and B, and we already learned that these two objects or the place in the memory here for A. So what I'm storing in A here, what I'm storing in A, it is an address to the place in the memory that I store the point X and Y that belong to this class. And for the B, this place contains the address where I actually store the data of the points 3 and 5. So if I try to compare, is it the address of A contained in A is the same like the address contained in B? That will give me false because the objects contain the same value, yes, true, but they occupy different memory location. This is stored in a memory location. This is stored in another memory location. They don't look both at the same address. This is, for example, um, maybe x100, and maybe this is OX101. So they have different locations in the memory. They are not looking to the same location in the memory. They store the information in a separate places in the memory. So if I would like to check the equality, that will give me false. But in the other case, where we look at C and D, if you look here,
Yeah.
you will notice that when I created the D, I said to it what? I didn't make a new location for it to store its data. I just say that the D is equal to C. When I do that, it means that I take the address that the C is looking at. So the C have its own data, which is this one. And then when I created the D, I said, give me the address that where the C is looking at, which is this one, and store it inside the D. So it becomes that they don't have two separate data. They have one separate data that both of them looking at the same time. So if you compare now the C and the D with the equal sign like this, it will give you true. Why? because both variables are actually referencing the same object in the memory. Does it make sense
Oh,
for you?
yeah, it's
Okay, so is it clear, right?
um, it's like 70% clear.
Okay, I would say in this case, can you, do you know how to create a point class that contain this information? So are you able to write this code?
Oh, okay. Should I try writing it in a different file again, like the file that I tried from last class?
You can try, yes. But if you are taking the laptop to your school, I think uh, it is easier for your teacher to guide you on how to create a new project or a new file every time. So if you have content that you are doing in this class, ask him to help you on how to rename the current file and so that you have all the files in one place.
Uh,
Because at the moment you are only able to create main.java. So for every new class, you should have an empty main.java, but the previous content that you wrote before should be also there, but renamed. It should not be main.java, it should be main and maybe put a date for it, or even put the class number. Main class 17, main class 18, and so on. So I think this needs somebody beside you to help you. So I think that can, if it is possible, get an assistant in this because he will be able to try uh, to use a keyboard for that. We are far away, so I'm not able to guide you specifically on that point.
yeah.
So actually, you can write the public class here, all these points, one shot. I think you can see my screen, right?
Yeah. Oh, so I'll just write all that.
Yes, all of this. So if you forget, let me try to remind you. This should be inside the main class. And after you write this uh, class definition, you should write your void main. This is
Okay.
the method that comes here where we should define our objects. We should create A, B, C, and D. Once you finish writing this class, please share with me your code.
Yeah. Can you see my?
Let me stop sharing. Perfect. But the point here, like I told you, we need to write this class inside the main. Every code that we write, can you make Control A and C and copy this? Control A again. So Control A in Windows, you actually select all, yes, and then you have to copy that. Did you copy this?
Yeah.
Okay, in Windows, we use Control Z or Control Z to be actually going back. So it means that you reverse what you have done. Are you able to do that here in the Mac?
I no, I don't think
Okay,
so.
so let me let
Yeah.
me let me send you here. Okay, so what you should I'm sending you in the chat. Okay, So I would say, where is the chat? Yes, here. So you should, do you see this? I already sent something.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Republic class main before the.
Before the public class point. Yes. And you should, perfect. Okay, that's good.
And
Now,
then should be added.
so the public static void main should be after, so after line 10, press enter. Okay, good. And now put the new code that I already give to you in the chat. Okay, so I would say press enter here, yes, and also press enter at the end of line 12, yes. Okay, perfect. Okay. So try to run and see what is the error. Okay, so he's saying that we cannot reference a non-static variable. So he does not accept that, or he cannot see the point B or even the new point here. So what we need to do here, we say public static point class. So we add here the word static. We add it where? On line number 2, after the word public, we put space, and then we add the word static. Excellent. Run again, please, and see if it works. If there is no error, it means that it works, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so since we already write our code, the most important code that we should write, actually, this was an example. So can you remove the P and replace it with A? The P on line 12, the P on line 12, make it A, and then create another object that's called B. Do you know how to do that? If you can copy the line 12, okay. Then rename it as B. Now, since we already created two objects, A and B, let us try to check in a print statement if A is at the same address like B.
And then A equals.
Yes, correct. Now run. It should give me false. They are not at the same address. Now press enter, please. Let us try to create another two objects, C and D.
Without the.
You can give it 2 points, 5 and 10. 5, yes, okay, good. And then when you create the point D, make it equal C. So the point D, point,
Nó copiar não, né?
okay, D, yes, excellent. Okay, now we need to do a check. If you run, there will be only one output, which is false.
Oh,
But we would like to make another print statement with checking C and D, either they are at the same address or not. Okay, put your semicolon and run, please, and see. What do you see here? It give me true or false? So this give me false, and this give me true, right?
yeah.
Okay, now I want to make you see the difference. If I remove the C here, and I replace the C with new point 3 and 5. Can you do that? Remove the C here on line 15. And write new point 3 and 5. New point 3 and 5. Okay, now run and see what is the output.
Awesome.
So which means that when you created a new object here for the D, both of them does not look at the same address like before. Is it now clear?
Yeah.
Okay. By like more than 70 or still 70?
By a bit more than more than 70.
Okay. So if we are doing this, it means that we already finish this portion totally. I would,
Would it be okay if today we can end a little bit early? Because um
yes, no worries. You want to
I need
end now? You want to
uh
off now
be
or
would it be okay if we end now? Because I need to
yes,
start studying for
no problem. No worries. It's okay. It's totally fine. We can cover this on the next class. Okay?
thank you.
You, no problem. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.